Okay, to perform the single leg Romanian deadlift, um, you're gonna get a bench or anything to hold on to. It doesn't have to be a bench. It can be the pole on like a squat rack or anything like that. But when you do this exercise, a couple things that you're gonna want to keep in mind is that this is a hip hinge exercise, just like a deadlift, where I would go down and then kind of coming through. Same principles apply. We wanna make sure that our grounded leg is relatively straight, besides a soft bend in the knee, and we don't want to round at the spine. So as we do this, I'm gonna hold the weight in the leg that I'm working. So I'm bringing my left leg back, but I'm working my right leg, so I'm gonna hold the weight into my right arm. Now you could cross it up and hold the weight in your opposite hand, and going back this way and then coming forward. But for this demonstration, I'm gonna do it in the right, but know that the opposite opposing options, holding in the left and working the right leg, is also an option. Now, when I do this exercise, a couple things I want you to keep in mind is that I want you to keep your chest up nice and tall, flat back, holding onto the bench, soft bend to my right leg here, the leg that I'm working, and then I'm going to bring my left leg back, but I'm also going to hinge primarily with my right hip here. I'm going to push that hip back like I'm trying to touch a wall about a foot behind me, and then I'm going to drive it forward. So back flat, I'm going to push that right hip back like I touch a wall behind me, and then I'm going to drive my hip forward. So notice that I'm not really bending forward with my back. My back is primarily straight, and I'm going to push my right hip back here, and then I'm going to come forward. And also notice that I'm not, as I go down, I'm not opening up this way. My hips are primarily facing forward. So hips facing forward, chest up, soft bend in the knee. My left leg goes back, but I push my right hip forward, or my right hip back, and then I drive that hip forward. Keeping both my hips and pelvis squared forward, not opening up to the side. And that is your single leg Romanian deadlift.